So basic. Allow me to add a little bit of spice to that. Hey everyone, this is Syntax, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make your own custom staircases for whatever maps you feel like putting them in. So let's get into it. Just so you guys know, the stairs in the hub actually inspired me to make this video, so I guess I'm not going to copy it exactly because that'd be content stealing, but I figured I'd show you guys how to make a different version of your own custom staircase in case you felt like you needed to do it in one of your maps. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Now, obviously I have this built already, so I'm not going to build it again for you, but I am going to go over the exact measurements I used and everything you're going to need with building to prop and turning it on and off in certain points, and just stuff like that. So yeah, let's just look at everything that I did. First things first, you got to pick a palette. I went with wood because I decided that my stairs and my floor are going to be wood. So I just grabbed these from the Lodge building gallery, and I grabbed these stairs from the Paradise Palms building gallery. In case you don't believe me, here's the wood for this. As you can see, it's the same thing. And here's the wood from the Paradise Palms gallery. As you can see, it matches the staircase. Now, the most important thing in this build is turning building to prop on. Obviously, if you're tired of building in this generic kind of grid that forces you to place, something every square, you turn that off, and then you can free build however you feel. Next thing, after you pick the palette for your stairs and your main floors, go ahead and pick the palette for the things surrounding your stairs. So I went with brick, and the brick walls that I actually went with can be found in the Hero Mansion gallery. It is actually this wall right here. So I just took this, placed this down, and did a whole bunch of different stuff with it. I also picked this wall because it has these little corner pieces right here that make it look really good. They don't have to have corner pieces, but I would highly recommend it if you are building your own custom staircase because they just make the build look 10 times better. Anyway, first thing I did was I took the wall and I went ahead and shrunk it down, had the resize all on, shrunk it down 4 sizes, so to about this size right here. Now, I was content with this height for this bottom area, so I actually placed it down first. And what I went ahead and did was rotated it. As you can see, I went to resize all and I went ahead and shrunk the width exactly 1 space down. So I had this side shrank to how I wanted it to, and then for this side, I had the width shrunk down twice. So basically, it's the same wall from that Hero Mansion gallery, except this is only shrunk down once, and this is shrunk down twice. Next, I took the little corner pieces, turned resize all on again, and went ahead and shrunk it 4 times. So as you can see, if I line it up, that is the same height in which it is on the build. So yeah, I shrunk it down exactly how much I shrank the wall down. It doesn't matter how wide I made it because it just goes on the corner. So yeah, shrink your corner pieces down exactly how much you shrank your wall down. I headed to the General Props Gallery A because I liked what Fatal Creations did with his hub in putting plants at the top of these little pillars that he created. So I just grabbed this and I started resizing it until I got the size I want. Got it down to this size, maybe resize the depth a little bit just so that it fit nicely into whatever size wall you want it to be. Just make sure that it lines up nicely with the corners, and whatever plant you decide to put in here, make sure that it lines up nicely as well. Once I had this built, I knew it was a really solid base, so that's where I gauged where I was going to place my stairs off, so I built these stairs next. With building to prop on, I went to the Paradise Palms gallery, grabbed a stair, and resized the height to make it as thick as I wanted it to be. So I believe these stairs, by the way, are all 32 snapped, so my stairs are 32 snapped. If you're gonna go, or they're 16 snaps, sorry. If you want to 32 snap your stairs, just make sure that you're staying consistent. You're building every stair on that 32 snap grid, but for me it was 16, so I resized the height till I had a thickness I want. That was about 10 or 11, but it really doesn't matter. You're gonna resize the height depending on what thickness you want your stair to be. So for me that was good, but if you want it to be thicker, want it to be thinner, doesn't matter. Just make sure you're staying consistent across all your stairs. The initial stair, I just went ahead and placed it on the ground. It's a little bit smaller than the rest of the steps, but that is fine. I scooted it back 1, scoot up 1, scoot back 1, scoot up 1, scoot back 1, scoot up 1. And I just did this for the appropriate amount of stairs which I wanted. It's about 6-7 steps, but if you want it to go higher, obviously just make it go higher. You might have to make this thing a little taller, but just place the steps how you want. Remember, these are just floors that have the height grown, so they're just a little bit resized to your liking. Now once you place the last step, you get this kind of base platform, and as you can see, if I highlight it, it kind of goes into this second pillar that I built over here. So based on where you have your floor, you want to build your second pillar in the corner of that floor. So that's exactly what I did. As you can see, I have it highlighted right here, and the pillar that I built comes right out to the edge of this floor, and I did the exact same thing. All I did was resize the height on this a little bit. As you can see, I just kind of resized it. I guess we can get an exact measurement. I resized it twice with 16 snap-on, so it's the same concept, it's just a little bit taller, and of course with that I took the corner pieces and resized them as well, because I wanted to keep it consistent, wanted to make sure I had the corner pieces everywhere I needed the corner pieces. I did the exact same thing with the plant, just placed it in there. So now I have one that is in the corner starting on this floor, and one in the corner of the actual floor, which gives me this nice solid platform to base my next 2 steps, or however many steps off of. Now, next thing I did was took this floor from the Paradise Palms gallery, and I went ahead and resized the depth, made it a lot smaller. I think it's as small as it can go, and actually placed these the same. They're both 16 snapped, and the initial stair is just one up, and then you go one up, one back, one up, one back. And again, these can go up for as long as you want. If I wanted to make them go up so that these walls were actually at the same level, I could have, but I decided that it would look a little bit more unique if I just didn't, because as you can see, the railing kind of lines up perfectly with this one here, but then you have a little bit of wall right here, so it looks like it gives it a nice variety by not going up to here or staying here. So yeah, you can make it as large as you want. Again, if you turn building to prop off, you can see that the next actual level would be up here, but again, it's all about personal preference. However many stairs you want is however many you're going to place. So notice that this column is also acting as something to hide these 2 steps. It actually works really nicely, which is why these columns are kind of catty corner like they are, because this column does a nice job of hiding these steps, and this column does a nice job of hiding our next steps. So yeah, it ends up looking really good. Now, of course, with the walls, I just went ahead and resized some of their width, some of their height, just to bring them down or up to where the edge of the stairs was. So you can see this kind of caps out here, so I wanted the wall to come up to here, and the wall over here, of course, comes up to here because this is where our second floor level is. So I just made sure the wall was placed properly so that it was kind of hiding the stairs, because I'll show you what it looks like without the wall right now. If I highlight the walls I have in place and move them, you can actually see that that's what the stairs look like under it. So you want to make sure that you're going to have walls placed that is going to be blocking that weird glitching thing, which is exactly why these walls are here. So same thing is happening on the other side. I just went ahead and placed a few walls, and you can see if I move them, the same exact thing is going on. You have that area under there that's kind of spaced out, but you want to have walls here again with your palette. So I went with brick, so I have brick walls here hiding that atrociousness. If you haven't already noticed, these walls are actually only one-sided. On the other side they have this weird indoor kind of texture, so I actually placed these walls back to back. As you can see, these are 2 separate walls that I placed back to back because of the textures and the fact that they are different. So if you do happen to have a wall that is not double-sided, you're going to want to place them back to back like I have here, so that you have that same brick look that's being consistent across the map. And that's pretty much everything you need to know. Again, the walls, they come out, and they're doing the same thing. They're placed back to back, and they have corner pieces on them. Obviously, this is my second layer. Obviously, you can have stairs coming up from different sides. You can have it coming down from different sides. You can put whatever you want on this second layer, but this is just to kind of get you away from that building to prop turned off, where you're building in this really awkward grid, and kind of free building your own stairs, making it look as good as you want. Down here, it looked really awkward without these corner pieces here, as you can see. So I just put corner pieces here to cover the awkward textures that are created by the walls. These little wood pieces are actually this table from the shark prop gallery. I felt like they looked nice because the floor was wooden, this was brick. I figured I'd put some wood on the brick just to add some texture to the walls. You don't have to use this table, you don't have to do anything to it. You can add lights, you can add waterfalls, you can add, like he did in the hub, you can add whatever you want, but it does give some more texture to the wall, and it actually does look quite good if executed properly. Last thing I did was added some paintings and some lights. Obviously the lights are catty cornered like the columns are in the paintings, are just to add a little bit of texture to the walls, because I just didn't want to have a bare wall right here. It didn't look right to me. But you can add whatever you want. Again, you can have this, you can copy this wood thing over and stretch it out. You can do whatever you want to your walls, just as long as the idea is you're not building within that confined 1x1 grid. You're building your own staircase up to your own different areas with this beautiful building to prop turned on. Of course, the plants that go in could literally be anything. I just went with a couple from the nature prop gallery, and I thought they looked good the way I placed them. So yeah, literally literally any plant you want, just throw it in there, make it look good. Do whatever you want. I have these facing inward on the staircase, but it literally can be whatever you want as long as it looks good. So yeah, there you have it. Anyway guys, there you have it. That is how you can build your own little custom staircase in Fortnite Creative. Just make sure you keep your pallets consistent with wooden stairs or wooden floors obviously, or brick or whatever you want to use. Make sure you're putting corner pieces on whatever you are building with, and add some texture to the walls. Just make it look good. Anything to get out of that one by one boring generic stairs that get you up from point A to point B. Just build your own little custom staircase. Do whatever you want with it. Get a little creative. Turn that building to prop on. Anyway guys, I hope this video helped you out, and yeah, this has been Syntax. Later.